Gosh, guys, the more I'm seeing, the more I'm looking at, the more I'm liking what we're doing right now. And frankly, again, like we've talked about, we've had a lot of things that are working in our favor right now here in terms of ADA. And I'm filming this video pretty early on because right now we might be on the verge of this potential breakout to $1.50 that I want to talk about in this range, potentially leading us to even higher moves. We also need to discuss the highest levels we have seen for Cardano since all the way back in March. This is a very big deal if we're going to make an extended move. And we need to talk about this important filing that took place over the last 24 hours, what this means, and do we have something exciting coming in the not so distant future. So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below, hit that subscribe button, that bell, it's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So it's still pretty early on right now. It's about 6:55 a.m. Central Standard Time, and there's a reason why I wanted to film this before we make our moves for the day. Understand that we could be up, down, chop. We could see some retracement. It wouldn't really surprise me. But what I will say is that right now, some signs are pointing towards a potential breakout towards $1.50. This is actually something that Ollie Charts had posted, and I used his resistance levels on here. And the reason why I'm filming this right now is we are sitting right on top of that. Okay. ADA is basically on the edge of this potential big, massive breakout that could actually lead us to a new cycle high. And that would be a very exciting sign. And, a lot of people say, oh yeah, ADA needs to run, 100% to get to that point. Guys, very thin liquidity. There's not a lot that we're fighting against up here. Okay. We do have some of these levels, right? Like at about 90 cents, there's some resistance there, but it doesn't take very long for ADA to run from 90 cents to $1.08. Just look at some of this historically speaking here. It's happened over the course of frankly days. Sometimes it's a single daily candle that gets us there. But what we've also seen from that point earlier this year to now is this huge hoarding and accumulation and transition from the hands of the impatient to the hands of the patient. Not to mention exchange supply removal, which I'll get to in just a moment here. But what I wanted to show you guys is right now, long-term holders of ADA have reached an all-time high. And what we've seen is over 15 billion ADA has remained unmoved for more than a year, the largest share of supply in history. That's me. I don't have the 15 billion, but I have not moved my ADA this entire market cycle. I'm not playing games. I'm not trying to get cute. Sometimes it's how you get run over by a bus, frankly. All right. And I'm sure some shorts have witnessed that over the last 24 hours. People that were dumping ADA down here at about 76 cents, probably not feeling that good about themselves right now, but that's why you don't play games. That's why you don't get reactionary. And what we've also been seeing during this time is this huge removal of supply from exchanges. This week, only halfway through, has already seen $15.6 million worth of ADA removed from exchanges. And guys, that already eclipses the prior week. So we have a lot of things that frankly are working in our favor here in terms of supply. We keep talking about this supply shock coming down the pipeline. We're building towards exactly that. And again, for those that aren't familiar, what I mean by there's not much in these ranges, very little ADA in the liquidity pools in between these price points, and very little ADA in the order books in between these price points. All right. Now, this has also led us to this point where we have actually seen the highest Cardano search traffic over the last 90 days. We're also seeing the highest Cardano search traffic we have seen since all the way back in March. And if you guys remember in March, we had the announcement surrounding the crypto strategic reserve where ADA ran 100% in almost 100% in a single daily candle. That's the type of interest that we are having on the interwebs right now. That's a really big sign. That should get you very excited about what we're seeing. But that's not it. That's not the only thing we've gotten here. In fact, we saw late yesterday, Grayscale officially registered for Cardano and ADA Hedera ETF in Delaware, indicating it may soon file for a spot Cardano and Hedera ETF. Now, that might make people scratch their heads, and it made me scratch mine just a little bit too, but this is what you need to know. Such registrations in the past have preceded official S1 filings with the SEC. Now, remember earlier this year, we had the ARCA's 19B4 forms filed for the ADA spot ETF. So this is basically one of the last steps to get the actual filing or the approval to take place. Understand that right now the timeline for this may still be within the next few months. Remember, a big point that a lot of people have referenced is we need to have the Clarity Act signed into law. Right now, it's sounding like the timeline for that is potentially here in September. It's got to make it through the Senate. It has to make it to the president's desk and be signed into law. And it wouldn't surprise me if that then is when we start to see a lot of these spot ETF approvals take place. And what you need to know is these are Grayscale's first altcoin ETF trust registrations on the Delaware portal. So this is a pretty big deal. It shows that even institutional money, I know people have had questions about it. They have a lot of confidence in ADA and several other assets right now. So anybody that's telling you anything different, I don't know what to say. The embrace is real. It's taking place. Remember, even Grayscale themselves have ADA in 2 of 4 basket ETFs. We've had a lot of things right now that are pointing towards some pretty big institutional adoption in terms of ADA over time. Now, something I wanted to show everybody here too is we haven't looked at this in a while. This is the CoinGlass bull market peak indicators. Right now, still a 0 out of 30. So what it's showing is that we still have a lot of time, a lot of momentum. None of these are even really close from a progress standpoint. If you look at that, and again, maybe I'll leave the link in the description below if you guys want to check this out. But yeah, I love what we're seeing. We're about at this point. Okay. This is what Ryan Nooner posted. He said, here they come. And it's talking about people in his daily life that are reaching out to him. What assets should I buy, et cetera, right? And here's what I will say. I have seen these people kind of come and go, and they are actually a really good indicator of whether retail is here or not. Now, in my personal life, a lot of people know that I'm in crypto. I haven't had a lot of people asking as of late. Do want to announce that, unfortunately, the guy that I work with that bought crypto earlier, I think it was earlier last year or middle of last year, he did sell his crypto. So that's very unfortunate for him. But I'm sure that he will be coming back around, as many others do. People come and go, but once you kind of get the bug and you start seeing some good performance in the market and you really understand where things are headed, you can't help but be in right now. So that's all I got for you guys. I appreciate you as always. Let's see where the day progresses to, but we have a lot of things working in our favor right now. And again, like I've said, by the end of this market cycle, things are going to be very unrecognizable. I think things have changed a lot already since early 2024, early in late 2023 when the cycle kicked off, and the changes are not over. So appreciate you guys. Have a great day. Show your love below. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.